Do you know that all the things that you desire already here and now, and you don't have to create anything? All you have to do is to shift to a parallel reality that is already coexisting right now in this moment, and you will feel like everything shifted because it's literally that. You will shift to a parallel earth that already got the version of you that is already here and now, and you will experience all the things that you want to experience. So I want you to sit back, relax, and get your mind right, because this video is probably the only video you will ever need to master reality transurfing and shifting to a parallel reality that you always wanted to live in. As you can see here, nothing is created or destroyed, which means everything is here and now. Einstein said that, Nikola Tesla said that. Hey, Tesla himself said that he was just a receiver to all the info that is already existing in the atmosphere, in the ether, in the background cradle of energy that gives life force to everything in this universe and all other universes and all creation, actually. So, here is you, as you can see here, and this is the quantum field. So all these possibilities exist right now. Every single one of them exists right now. As you can see here, all the possibilities. There is a version of you that is rich and wealthy, and a version of you that is dirt poor. There is a version of you that is healthy, and a version of you that is so sick, to the point that he cannot even breathe. There are infinite number of possibilities. So, when you know that you have the ability to choose between those infinite possibilities based on your state of consciousness. Remember when Neville Goddard talked about there is no one to change but self? He was right. He was right, but he was talking in a way that you can understand. Now, quantum physics is showing us that this is the truth, and you should actually use these tools, the imagination, the visualization, all these. They are just tools, but it all comes down to one thing, your state of consciousness. Once this is changed, everything will change. So, if you're conscious, for example, like I'm saying here, of being lonely, or your state of being is just like, hey, I don't have anyone, then your state of being will be that of lack, because you are always believing that you will be whole when you get people around you. So you are seeking validation from the outside world. You are seeking attention. You are trying to get that love from an outer source, when in fact, it will not be given to you unless you first love yourself. And this is the trick. Most people are looking for love on the outside, when all they gotta do is to love themselves first, to give that love to themselves. As you can see here, we don't have to always look for validation from the outside, because the outside is just a mirror, and we're going deep on that concept in the next few minutes. And you will see right now that if you want to experience something, you gotta be something. So in order to manifest what you want, you gotta be the person that already got what he wants. How you feel plus what you think equals your state of being. Your state of being is always reflected back to you in form of events, circumstances, people, jobs, you name it. Everything that you can ever imagine is reflected back to you based on your state of being. So once you change your state of being, everything around you will change. This is not just a metaphor. This is the reality of it. So if you think about it, the world is just a mirror. If you are frowning at it and you expect that mirror to smile, then you will be waiting there forever. So what should you do? All you have to do is to smile first. Like, hey, I'm smiling. And you smile internally. You really smile. You're not doing it because you know that when I smile, I'll be waiting for something on the outside, then I will be happy. No, you should be happy from the beginning. You should be happy regardless of what is happening on the outside world. And this is the trick. You should be happy either way. You should be fulfilled. You should be grateful. You are breathing. You are alive. Do you know how many people want to be in your shoes? You should be grateful for what you have to get what you don't. And we're going to go deep on this one, this concept, because many people think that this is just anti-ambitious. This is not. Be grateful for what you have while working and looking and dreaming about what you don't have yet. Because as I told you, you already have everything that you ever wanted. So as you can see here in my little drawing, the mirror is just a reflection of who you are. The people, the events, the jobs, the relationships, the circumstances, everything is just a reflection of who you are. Let's now talk about something that is really important, and that is the final outcome of any experience is always a certain feeling. So instead of waiting for an experience on the outer world to actually feel something, to feel a certain feeling, you should actually go to the end. And the end is where you begin. This is what Neville Goddard been telling us. This is what the Hermetic teachings been telling us, that you should actually go to the end. You should vibrate on a certain vibration. You should be in a certain state in order to actually get what you want. You should be in that state of the wish fulfilled. You should be on a higher vibration. This is what all the great teachers been trying to tell us, because this is the key to be in the reality that you always wanted. So let's go here about certain points. Let's go on certain points here. Go to the end feelings. Go to the end result. Go to the end of the wish fulfilled. What does that mean? Let's say you always wanted a car, a supercar. You wanted a Lambo. So now you got the car and it's been in your garage for maybe a week. How would you feel? You want to feel super excited because you already have it. You already have it. You will feel grateful. You would feel thankful. You are getting into that state of naturalness that this thing, this car right here is mine. I don't have to be super excited. You passed that point. You are now already having it. You have it. Why would you be excited? You are in a state of gratefulness, not excitement. This is what Neville was trying to tell us when he told us that feeling is the secret, the acceptance of the fact that it is done, not the excitement that you will get when you first get it. No, the feeling of acceptance that it is done. One of the easiest things to do if you want to be in the feeling of the wish fulfilled of your desired reality is to actually be in a state of peace, gratefulness, and calmness, as you can see here. Because when you are in that state, you are tricking, or not tricking, you are signaling the Wi-Fi signal to the quantum field like, hey, I'm in the state of the wish fulfilled. I'm now in a state of the wish fulfilled. So reality got to catch up. You will shift. You will go through a series of events, and sometimes not. And all of a sudden, you will be in your desired reality. This is how it works. You got to know that reality is just so powerful and so amazing to the point that once you know how to think and how you feel, your life will be just amazing. Instead of living miserably, you will feel an ecstatic, amazing, exciting life. So go to the end. Ask yourself, how would I feel if I already have what I want? Ask yourself these questions and let yourself and let your mind conjure up the feeling of already having those things. You already got it. It's been there for a week. How would you feel? You already got that boyfriend or that girlfriend that you always wanted. How would you feel? You already got that dream house. How would you feel? Tell me down in the comments. How would you feel? Tell me down in the comments. Because every time you forget, I will remind you. How would you feel? So once you are in the state, you don't care about how, when, why, because you already experienced it. Would you look for something that you already have? Would you look for, let's say, for example, a car that you already have? You already have that car. You already have that car that you always wanted. Would you look for it? Of course not. It's in your garage. Would you look for signs and coincidences and all that? It's already yours. Signs follow. They do not precede. Don't fall into the trap of, hey, where's my sign? What sign? You already have it. If you have what you want, you won't look for a sign. It's already yours. It would be foolish to actually do that. Once you are in a state of acceptance that it is yours and it is done, don't look for signs because that's contrary to what you're doing. You are going to the end. You already have what you want. You're not looking for signs that it's coming to you. It's already yours. And that will lead us to decreasing the importance and increasing the acceptance. When you are putting something on a pedestal, it will run away from you. And the paradox is, when you let go and you just know that it's yours and you live your life normally, you will just get it. This is why Neville, in his latest years, was just telling you to imagine it once and drop it completely. Imagine it so vividly to the point of intensity that when you open your eyes, you'll be just shocked that it was just in your imagination. And you just go about your business. You do your work, you go to your job, you go to your day-to-day activities. You don't care because you already experienced it. For example, you are now sitting on a chair. Do you need to believe that you are sitting on a chair? You don't, right? Why? Because you are experiencing it. This is how you do it. This is what Neville was telling us to do. You are now sitting on a chair. So you don't need to believe that you are sitting on a chair because it's a fact now. You experienced it. So once you experience something so vividly in your imagination or hearing the congratulations and all that before you go to bed, for example, you are tricking the mind that, hey, it happened. So it gotta happen in this 3D hologram that we're living in because it's just a mirror. You changed what's on the inside. So the outside world will reflect that back to you unless you change your frequency to a lower one. So you gotta stay in that feeling of acceptance, of peace, that it is done. And by the law of resonance, you will attract people, events, circumstances that are on the same frequency and vibration as yours. This is how it works. The laws of harmonics. Once you study the laws of harmonics and the universal resonance, you will know that whatever you are frequently think about and think from, not of, you are embodying a state. You are changing your state of being. Now, the reality around you, the 3D hologram, will gotta catch up. It has to. It will. It is actually done. It is there. You don't have to wait for it. Just live in the premise that it is done. Live in a state of fulfillment that it is done, the acceptance of the fact that it is done. And even in the old scriptures and holy books, as you can see, it's been telling us, they've been telling us all along that, for example, the Quran and the Sufi tradition, been telling us that God promised that if you are in a state of thankfulness, He will give you more and more. And the state of thankfulness will trigger or will give the signal that, hey, he's in thankfulness. He's in a state of thankfulness. So he must got what he always wanted. So more things will come to you. So God promised that if you are in a state of thankfulness, He will give you more and more. And in the Bible, seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. And the kingdom of God here is a state of peace and thankfulness. You are in heaven when you are just in peace, right? So when you are in peace, in thankfulness, in gratefulness, you are getting in a state that is fulfilled. You are changing in the hologram. You are changing the things on the outside world because you changed internally. You are jumping in the multiverse. And until you master the feeling of the reality that you always wanted, try those things. These 3 things will just like make you on a whole new level in the version of yourself that you always wanted. You will shift in the multiverse to actually become the man or the woman that you always wanted to be. You will actually make glitches in the 3D hologram, this game, this simulation that we are living in. So the first thing is visualization. As I told you, especially before bed, when you visualize something so vividly and you sleep in the assumption that you are already the man or the woman that you want to be, you are actually giving the signal in the quantum field that you already have it. So the analytical mind will be shut off. It won't look for evidence because you already got to the system, the subconscious mind, which is running 95% of your day-to-day activities, which is beating your heart. This is how powerful the subconscious mind is. It's so powerful. So just before you go to sleep, sleep in the feeling of the wish fulfilled and visualize a scene that implies the fulfillment of your desire. The second thing is hearing in your imagination people congratulating you. You hear your parents congratulating you on your good fortune and your good luck. Hear these things over and over and over until you will hear it in this 3D hologram actually. So once you master these 2 things, there is one thing that you should do throughout your day. That is, live in the present moment as much as you can. Breathe, appreciate, and find things that make you happy. When you are acting in your excitement, you are on the vibration of the reality that you want. You won't be doing things that are exciting you if you are in a reality that you don't like, right? So even it's something as simple as taking a shower. If it's going to make you happy, do it. Once you finish it, go to the next thing, and then the next thing. Your life will be just a series of synchronicities. This will be an amazing thing to do, and I'm encouraging you to do. And once you do it, you will find out that being in the present moment is always the answer. Being grateful in the present moment, because you already got what you want. And once you already got what you want, what would you look for? You are living your happiest life, right? So just be in the moment and appreciate the moment that you got, and appreciate what you got to get what you don't, or what you think you don't, because everything is here and now. If you want more techniques because you think that those are not just doing it for you, then I highly recommend for you to check out the ebook in the link in the description box. So now you have all the tools to shift to a reality that you always wanted. All I want you to do now is to apply it. And once you apply it, everything will shift. Your whole reality can shift in a matter of a night. You can change overnight. I'm not putting any limiting beliefs on you. You can really change in one night because you already have it. All you have to do is match the frequency of it, and you will see it materialize in your own hands. So that's it for today's video. Like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, I will see you soon.